Well, Nicki Minaj went off on different celebrities last night after the Grammys, especially Trevor Noah, and she outed him on being gay. And I'm like, no matter how mad you are at someone, you just don't really out their, their personal lives like that. And it all started with Trevor Noah calling out Nicki Minaj in front of everyone. Here's a clip.
Every single person here to legend Billie Eilish Phineas. Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here.
Yikes. And then you have Chrissy Teigen kind of waving in the back, giving a thumbs up as well.
At the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki.
All right, so Nicki decides to call out Lizzo out of all people, saying fat Lizzo lost 300 pounds just to sell 300 albums. So now she has loose skin and a flop album and a weird charge. Sheesh. Oh, she also said on Twitter, everyone knows Chrissy Teigen had a bleep, starts with the D or a P, allegedly, quote unquote. And then she also said, Trevor refuses to come out of the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend. She wrote, allegedly. Oh my gosh, Nicki! And then she also talked about Jay-Z, but we'll get into that in another video.
Trevor Noah has responded to Nicki Minaj, saying he needs to come out after his Grammys joke about her. Nicki addressed the situation shortly after the show ended, and Trevor roasted her. She chose to respond directly online rather than ignore what was said. Nicki shared a post that made it clear she was unhappy with the comment he made about her. Her message suggested she felt the joke crossed the line and was not harmless fun. Nicki did not mention the show itself, but focused on calling out Trevor directly and suggested that he prefers guys. She also added the word allegedly at the end of her message, but that was just her way of covering her back, and Nicki has not followed up with any further explanation since then. She has not expanded on her post or clarified what she meant. The moment was added to the list of viral Grammys reactions this year, and things definitely got a little too personal at times. During all this, Trevor has spoken out about Nicki's claims. Underneath the post about it, Trevor left a comment. In his comment, he wrote, "Someone needs to call a nurse." He is choosing humor instead of backing down or explaining himself, which is probably the wisest way to approach this. But either way, he's definitely in a feud with Nicki now. But before you go, I want to know, do you think Trevor should have responded differently?
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here.
She ain't letting this go. Oh, she ain't letting this go, guys. Read through her tweets already.
She is still at the White House with Donald Trump.
Everything I'm about to say is alleged, alright? We already know that Nicki hates the Grammys. The fact that Trevor has made this joke, she's now tweeted, Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly. Nicki. She then follows this up. So someone said, oop, is he a top or bottom? Let's get down to the alleged specifics while we're at it. She said, isn't it obvious? Nicki, please go to sleep. Please. What is wrong? What is... Nicki will not... Allegedly, right? The thing is, right, guys, she's always going to be on a crazy one tonight because... Allegedly, she's going to be on a crazy one tonight because she hates the Grammys. And she hates everyone right now, except Donald Trump. Right? Goodness me. When is this going to stop?
You have built your entire career off of the support of Black people, the LGBTQ plus and brown people, and those people are experiencing the worst treatment right now at the hands of the person that you've doubled down to say you're always going to support. If Cardi B, who is one of her #1 enemies, is watching, I hope you're putting pen to paper, Cardi B.
Yes.
To eviscerate, because this is top tier madness that we're watching right now.
So Trevor Noah makes a joke about you, and your immediate response is, oh, let me start attacking Jay-Z. Like, y'all don't think that's like some type of obsession that everything to her reverts back to Jay-Z? And we have yet to see any proof about anything she has said as far as Jay-Z owing her or why she's supposedly mad at Jay-Z yet. Dwayne still ain't go to court yet. We still at the court of public opinions instead of the court. Anyway, if you didn't know, yesterday was the Grammys, and at the Grammys, Trevor Noah, who was the host, made a joke and basically was saying how, oh, Nicki Minaj is not here. She's still at the White House. And that hurt her feelings. I think her feelings were more hurt that everybody was happy that she wasn't there. Like, in a room full of celebrities, everybody cheered at the fact that you were not there. It's definitely given you were hating from outside the club. Like, you were mad that you were not there. And that's okay, it happens. So I guess the once she got wind of this, she went on X Twitter, where I first seen this over at Daily Hip Hop Tea. Y'all go follow him. She was saying stuff like Jay was, sacrificing babies, and the Grammys was a ritual. And the crazy part is, weeks ago, it was alleged that that wee she been sucking on lately, literally offed a baby and threw him into Minnesota, one of them rivers. You know what I'm saying? So if this was true, she don't care. It's just because it's Jay-Z. Then she also was talking about how Jay was messing with B, Aaliyah, and I think Foxy when they were underage, which Foxy has come out herself and said that's not true. So you steady running with a narrative that you know is not true. And because the roaches that follow you, you know they're gonna believe it. Like the same way red hat white riding follows that man blindly, they follow you blindly. So you know what you're doing. Then she also attacked Lizzo, which Lizzo didn't even say nothing bad about her. Lizzo was just saying, y'all know. She called Lizzo a flop. Okay. Everybody a flop to somebody. She a flop compared to Adele and Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift. So of course it didn't stop there. She went on some homophobic rants. She tried to call Trevor Noah gay. She said that everybody knows Chrissy Teigen was born with a penis, which what? Like what are you talking about? I'm going to die on the hill that I think that woman is miserable at home and that's why she's acting the way she's acting. I think it stems from jealousy. And then you know what was funny? You know, y'all saying she was doing all that for the citizenship and she got that gold card and it comes out that they didn't even give her, it was basically a souvenir. So, womp womp.
Trevor Noah threw some jokes towards Nicki Minaj, and he has opened the gates of hell because Nicki has been on one ever since. Trevor opened up the Grammys basically saying that Nicki Minaj was not going to be there, and then the crowd started cheering, and then he says that she was back at that house with that man going over some very important political stuff. Now, Nicki got on X and started letting Trevor have it, said that he needed to come out the closet and talk about what he actually likes to do. She even threw Lizzo in there. Now, I'm not really sure what Lizzo did in this situation. I do know that someone posted that Lizzo made a video about the list, but I'm not sure what that had to do with any of that. However, she also said something about Chrissy Teigen. Now, the reason why she is saying this is because when Trevor was up there saying that Nicki Minaj was not going to be there, Chrissy was in the background like doing thumbs up, like she was happy that Nicki was not there. Y'all, I feel like this is about to open up Pandora's box again because Nicki has been kind of chill for a while, and I do believe that this is about to get her right back started up. Oh, and on top of that, she said y'all ain't getting y'all album no more. This is about to be a mess, but once I have some more information regarding this, I will let you all know.
Guys, of course Nicki Minaj was gonna clap back. Of course, that's what she does. Of course, like if you check her Twitter activity over the last 1 year, 2 years, you should know that she's always gone on a massive rant about who is doing what in the industry and what is doing what in the industry. Guys, she's always talked about Jay-Z and she has this. I'm calling it an obsession, guys. She has this theory about Jay-Z having big power in certain places. Guys, do believe that's true? Guys, it more likely is true that like Jay-Z has like all this huge power. Guys, do I believe it? As I've said earlier, absolutely. Because I've heard stories, and guys, I do believe there's no smoke without fire. But well, not talking, not talking about not talking about Jay-Z, which we are gonna talk about in relation to the Epstein files. So we're just gonna divert our attention back to the original goal of the channel, even though it does involve him a little bit. But well, back to what I wanted to say. Guys, we're going to talk about the Epstein files. I think today or tomorrow, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll make them today and I'll post it tomorrow on the channel, or maybe I don't know. So let's go back to topic. I'm reading up the trails again. Okay, so guys, she of course has gone on this rampage on Twitter. She's talking about how she's speaking about how loads of people were speaking about her somewhat in a kind of way not equipped to speak on what she believes in and what her politics are. She first of all starts by calling and abusing Lizzy, that Lizzy has lost a lot of weight, but still that didn't make her sell more record albums and sold only 300 sales in records. Wow. Wow. It's crazy to me, right? It's just, I'm like, whoa, you really believe that? Like, I do think there are some truths to her rampage on Twitter, but do I believe that she should go about it that way? Absolutely flipping not. No, not with the political party. Of course, with I think this bold. I think she's always been MAGA for the past maybe 3 or 2 years because they, like for example, these MAGA people, like MAGAs are very bold with their statements and everything. Like they are very, very bold when it comes to making a statement in regards to how they think things should be. Even though sometimes it can be, well, not sometimes, even though 99% of the times, and 99% is me being generous, even though 99.9% of the time they are right. 0.1% of it, I'll say the reason why I always dislike the way political parties, especially like MAGA, with the Democratic Party not being angels or whatever. You know what? That is a discussion for another day, and I'm not going to talk about it today in this video. So going back to like the MAGA Party and everything, they are always bold. Have you not noticed that when Donald Trump left power, everything was quiet, guys? I was not even hearing of that man again. I wasn't hearing of that man again because it's like, nigga, really? And it's so crazy that he came back in power in 2020. Is it 2024? Yeah, he came back in power in 2024. Can't believe it's been in 1 year that he's been on seat. Damn, he has caused so much carnage just in 1 year. Or he has been used to cause so much carnage in 1 year. So it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me because he always been nuts. He always been nuts. He always been nuts. Like, oh my days. Oh my fucking days. He always been nuts how this man has been able to cause so much carnage. Just so much carnage. And Nicki Minaj on her own talking about how Trevor Noah is gay, talking about how this and that is happening. Trevor Noah's got a boyfriend where he pretends not to have a boyfriend. All this tea, guys, I'm hearing from the mouth of Nicki Minaj, which maybe not be true. So, and maybe it might be true, or maybe it will not be true. But the thing is, it's crazy to me how she has so much vim for people who have their things on what they do in their private lives, but she's friends with pedophiles. She married a pedophile. Her brother is a pedophile. Her father is a pedophile. And it's all, shall I say pedophile whatsoever, or allegedly, I don't know. But her husband is a registered sex offender. Her brother has gone to jail for pedophilia, or is in jail, or has been sentenced to jail for pedophilia. She is a very, like, I think all of us in a certain way have our own trauma, but she is traumatized, and you can see it loudly. Oh my God, guys. The first time I got introduced to actually listening to Nicki Minaj songs was back then in 2014. And I'm not going to say the song that made me know her. Hi, damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Like, see, I am just lost, to be fair. This lady is... And it's so crazy that her deluded fans actually will support her. I'm sorry. It just made me see the world in a very different light. Every day I see people's political beliefs. It makes me shift towards the direction of saying there's no exception. Don't trust anybody. Seriously, don't trust anybody because you see the moves she's making. You see she's trying to protect her flipping family. But they come to think of it, I don't understand. How with all the money you have, you've been 5 years since like in America, why didn't you marry like a responsible, yes, a very flipping responsible lawyer who will give you the papers, even though you are in it, and you have been here, like there are ways she would have gone about it and got her papers than to be doing all this charade just to have her papers. It's, for me, it doesn't ring a bell, it doesn't make sense, and it's borderline rubbish. For me, it is borderline rubbish. I do know that there have been plans, of course, in the industry to replace her as an industry machine. But there are ways in which you go about something. You've been in the industry for so long. I don't know what tricks you can use to actually avoid the snares that want to ensnare you. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. She's changed a lot. It's good people go through change, but not change that is very, in a kind of way, abstract. And faith and change that can actually destroy you from the inward out. That kind of change is not needed. That kind of change is not useful. If you're evolving, you should evolve as a human being. Yeah, that has brains. Yes. Bye, guys. I'm just tired and done. Seriously, everything is just blur. Please make sure you subscribe, comment. I always respond to comment. It's not a dead channel rather than listening to your comments. I always respond back to comments. Thank you so much for joining me. See you in the next video. Bye.